or do you want me to use a mic?
How's that? Is that better though? No.
It's better with just like this. Okay, who's saying no? Move up to the front if you're saying no. Okay, a lot of shut up. Okay, a lot of stuff to go over. First of the year, everybody's back. I love it. Golf course is getting crowded, getting a lot of compliments. Great to see. First thing we're going to start with. Every month it seems that we start with this. Recycling. So, last Tuesday we come in and at the recycling bins at Building 15 are 4 dining room chairs, a carpet, a painting, a bag full of towels. Yes, maybe someone else could use these items, but they are not recycling. Okay? Again, I don't want you to be police, but if you see who's doing that, let us know. We know who these particular ones were. They are new unit owners. It's not recycling and it wasn't bulk pickup day. They're being charged $100 to take that furniture away. Okay? Down at Building 30, there was an ironing board shoved inside there. There were cabinet racks, etc. Folks, when in doubt, throw it out. Eventually, the recycling bins will not be picked up. This has happened in the past. They will put a big sticker on it saying the recycling bin is contaminated. That means we get to pick it up and put it in the compactor, and now you're paying for that stuff to get dumped. Okay? Please, most of the people in here, you guys are not the culprits. At least I hope not. If you see it, don't go up to them, don't whatever. Like I said, just let us know if you know who it is. We don't go up there mean. We go up there and say, maybe you didn't know this isn't recycling, etc. Okay?
And bulk pickup is when?
Bulk pickup is the 3rd Thursday of the month. Anything over 50 pounds, you are charged to take it away. Okay? You cannot throw out a whole unit. You don't sleep a sofa. You're going to get charged for that. This is for smaller items that you as owners cannot get rid of. Okay?
Chris, what time do you want that stuff out by?
It has to be out by noon of Thursday. Okay? If you have to, you can put it out the night before. Just put it in the garbage cans. The guys drive around all day long looking for people that might have put stuff up, and we pick it up. Okay?
Where do we put it?
Near the garbage cans. Just put it near your garbage cans, the in-ground cans.
We don't have those anymore.
You have that same area. Just put it as close to that as you can.
Okay.
All right? Even if you know you're putting some out, you can even call us the day before and let us know, hey, I'm going to put it in my parking spot. Okay, we know that we'll come and get it right away. Okay? Speaking of parking spots, I've already started tagging vehicles. You guys must be doing quite well because there's a lot of brand new cars out there. Please, if you got a new car, please come and get a permit. If your permit is faded, come and get a permit. If you have a second vehicle, remember the second vehicle has got to park up here. And you get a little hanging parking permit that goes on your mirror. So when some of the condo commandos are out walking around and they come to my office and say, oh my gosh, there's so many cars without permits. Did you check the mirror? Oh no, I didn't think of that. Well, this is season. You know how many seasonal renters we have right now? A lot. They don't get a permit like you guys get. They get one that hangs on the mirror. So when you're walking through the parking lot, you don't see it. Either go and look or don't tell them. We're gonna try to change meetings around. So during season, we have more of the first Monday. Then normally we do my meeting the second Monday. But the board of directors is trying to get their meetings locked in how it used to be. That the second Tuesday is going to be a workshop meeting. Anybody can come and you can talk about anything you want to. The fourth Tuesday is going to be the regular board meeting. So during season, we're going to have the first Monday is going to be Mora. The second Tuesday is going to be the workshop meeting. The third Monday is going to be my meeting, this one, and then the fourth Tuesday will be the board meeting. That way there's one meeting
Each week.
every week. It'll also give me more to talk about, like I don't need a reason, because I'll have whatever the board of directors had discussed at the workshop that I can also share with you guys. Because hands down, my meetings are the best. No offense to the board, but I mean, yes, there was food involved. Okay. Can you hear all right? What's up? Everything's good.
I wanted to zoom in and get
Just
like-
on me?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so again, there's going to be a workshop meeting tomorrow at 10 a.m. There's a lot of things. This is anything that anybody wants to discuss. We actually go around to each board member and ask them, what do you have that you want to bring up? There's going to be probably about 9 different things at least that the board will be discussing. So if you have the time tomorrow, I think the masters start at 9:30 tomorrow, so maybe some of the guys won't be able to make it. But please try to attend. The board really gets self-conscious. And when people don't show up to their meetings, I mean, it's tears. I mean, Lorraine starts crying. Why do they come to Chris's? Peg had mentioned in the the building reps about the annual meeting packet. Okay, so this is definitely one thing that we are going to rely on the building reps to deliver it. We do it every year. So if you want to run for the board of directors, you should have either gotten it in the mail or via email. Intent to run for the board of directors has to be in by January 24th. You then have until January 29th to put in your information sheet. Then no later than February 18th, our second notice has to go out to everybody. This is the packet that we've asked the building reps to deliver. It's usually about that thick, costs us about $4 each to mail, so every single one that you guys can deliver saves the association a lot of money. So right now there's probably going to be 3 things on the agenda. There's going to be the election for the board of directors. There are 3 openings. If we receive 4 and 10s or more, then there will be an election. That's when you'll get the different colored envelopes that say ballot, proxy, etc. There's going to be 2 more things most likely on the agenda. One of them will be waiving our audit for a 3rd year. What we do is we waive the audit for 3 years. On the 4th year, we waive the audit and do a review. And then on the 4th year, we do an audit again. The review is being done right now. The girl from the accounting office is in there right this minute. So you're going to be asked to waive it 1 more year. The next thing is going to be bringing our condo docs in line with what our rules and regs say and what most of the state of Florida is going on, that occupancy is limited to 2 people per bedroom. Okay? So if you have a 2-bedroom, you can have 4 people. But if you have a 1-bedroom, you can only have 2 people. You can't have additional people living in the unit. Like I said, it's already been voted on by the board, and it is a new provision that the state of Florida has actually been saying that their provision states 2 people per bedroom. Any questions? Frank? Hang on. Frank, what?
Can't hear you.
Sorry, I'm not as loud as Chris. You talked about the bedrooms. Now, you say 2 bedrooms, you're saying 4 guests. What about a sleeper couch?
No, you cannot sleep on a couch. It goes by the bedrooms, okay? So if you have 1 bedroom, you're allowed 2 permanent residents. These are just residents, folks. This is not your guests. I don't care if you have 15 of your grandkids in there. They don't live there. This is only for people that are residing in the unit.
So
So some of you are laughing. Do you literally have 15 grandkids?
so you're saying that's permanent residence.
Permanent residents, correct.
If you're having guests, you can use the sleeper couch? Okay, thank you.
Chris, can I tell my wife I can't sleep on the couch? He's got 2 bedrooms.
Ron, you can sleep on the couch anytime you want.
55?
And, okay, so the question is, do you have to be 55? As long as there is one permanent resident that resides in the unit that's over 55, that's what they consider a qualifier. As long as you're over 18 years old and someone 55 lives in the unit, then you can live here. Okay? Okay, did the annual meeting. We already did that. The review is the review is going, hang on one second. The review is going on. When it is complete, it'll be on 63 and YouTube and the website that if you want to pick it up, we no longer have to mail it. We used to mail one to every single person and most of the people are like, what is this? So the state changed it and said, we just have to make it available for anyone who wants it, okay? It'll be on those 3 channels. Hey.
Chris,
Hang on. Let the microphone come because they can't hear you on YouTube.
A renter.
A renter, what about a renter?
They all have to be 55?
No, as long as one person is 55 or older. That is the qualifier.
A renter or owner
Or
then?
owner. It's not, it doesn't matter if it's a renter or it's an owner, it's a person that resides in the unit. Okay? So, if you happen to be 70 years old and have the good fortune of having a 32-year-old wife, she can live with you. Or misfortune. Hang on. Microphone.
Thank you. I'd just like you to clarify, if someone is, say, 52 or 53, can they buy the unit, not live in the unit, fix up the unit, and when they're 55, move in when they retire?
Everybody hear that question? Can anyone under 55 purchase it? Yes. They cannot reside in it until they are 55 or older. An 18-year-old person can buy the unit. They can't live in it, but they can buy it. Nothing we can do about it because they're not actually residing in the unit. We do have quite a few people right now where the children are buying the units for their parents. Totally allowed. There is only 4 ways people can live in a unit that aren't the owner or a renter. And that is you have to be related by blood, brother or sister, parent or grandparent, or child. Because there are some instances where the parents have bought the unit and their over 55-year-old child lives in the unit. But yes, you can own the unit. Remember, you can't rent it because you have to own it for 3 years and reside in it for 90 days. So if you're 51 and you buy it, you own it for 3 years, you are ineligible to live in it for another year. So it's not like they could rent the unit out. Okay? Hang on. Okay. Vic, did that answer the question? Vic? Yes. Thank you.
If it's inherited and you are under the age of 55, can you live in it?
Yes.
Okay.
That is the one caveat, that if you inherit it, as long as you're over 18 years old, you can reside in the unit as long as it does not affect our 20% limit. The state of Florida, to be an over 55 or an older community, 80% of the residents have to be over 55. We're nowhere near that. We are well within our reason, but yes, if you inherit it, as long as you're over 18 years old, you can live in the unit immediately. This is a topic. Anyone else right now? Okay, so as everybody knows, we had a structural engineer did inspection of 5 buildings, 7, 19, 25, 38, and 51. The board of directors, we finally got the report. The board of directors will be discussing this tomorrow at the workshop meeting. It is one of the agenda items. So if you want to hear it, come and hear it. It's an extensive report for the 5 buildings. It's about that thick. We will only be reviewing one of the buildings because it's just too much to go through the whole thing. I'm sure eventually the report will be available for anyone who wants it for their parking lot on Sunday from 1 to 3. You cannot drive there. It is going to be in the parking lot. There will be no place for you to park. So you either have to walk, or if you can't get there, there will be vehicles set up for people to come.
Yep, they call Keith Keller.
Call Keith Keller, who I guess we'll put his number on 63, and he will come and pick you up if you need a ride.
Bicycles?
But, bicycles? Yeah, bicycles, yes, yes, we can shove the bicycles in where that trailer is, yes. If you want to ride your bicycle, you can, that's fine. If you want to ride somebody on your handlebars, okay, Billy asked a question, do you have to have the people sign for the packet, for the annual meeting?
Yes.
We have done that in the past, but the answer is no. You do not have to have them sign for it, and I'm going to tell you why. The only proof we need to show is that 510 of them were either mailed or hand-delivered. We do not need your name signing for it, okay? In the past, I know that has slowed down because you have to keep going back to your residence, etc. You do not, by law, need to have them sign for it, okay? So it will make it a lot easier to hand-deliver. Now, obviously, it's going to have their name on it. When you bring me back, hey, B, H, and F, I couldn't deliver, we know they didn't get it, and those ones will be mailed, okay? So that's basically my info meeting for no, that's mine. I'm going to do questions, and then Nancy, Ann, and Chuck has a little announcement. Any other questions on anything? Anything. All right, slow. Who said first? McCosey. Mr. McCosey, excuse me.
No, that's all right. I'm not that old yet. The thing is, I know what you say the law is now that you don't have to sign for it, correct? You never had to.
Never had to. It's just
Well, I think it's a good idea to have somebody sign for it. The way things are going around at places and so forth, I never got it. Somebody might, and I'm not saying nobody in here would ever do it. They had the trouble with the national thing, with Trump and all this other stuff about mailing things out, people getting them and so forth. This here, is I know nobody would do it. However, there's a possibility that somebody gives me my 10 units and I only deliver one of them, because I know I don't want them to be involved in it. It could happen. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so I get what you're saying, but let's say we just mailed all 510. How do we know they got them? How do we know they got them? All we did was mail all 510. The same exact thing could happen. Oh, yes, okay. I tell you what, this can be up to the annual committee, the annual meeting committee. If you still want to sign for them, you can. I'm just saying that it is not necessary. If the association still wants to do it, I don't have any problem with it. Someone?
Chris, could you just tell us those 5 buildings?
7, 19, 25, 38, and 51.
Thank you. 7, 19, 25, 38, and 51.
Got it. Who's the big guy? All right, anything else? Camille?
2 questions. Any update on the capital improvement collection tax
Okay,
from
so
Florida?
As of right now, still, the capital contribution has not been found to be legal or illegal. There are attorneys that feel it is considered a transfer fee, which we're not allowed to charge. We can only charge up to the $150 for the application, okay? However, the state of Florida has made us start using an estoppel letter. An estoppel letter is what we have to fill out when somebody's purchasing a unit. And right on their estoppel letter, it says, do you charge a transfer fee, a capital contribution, and something else? The state has actually differentiated between a transfer fee and a capital contribution. Gene Ferretti has been in contact with one of our local Florida legislators, Toby Oberdorf. He's missed him a couple of times, but we are actually going to the state of Florida to see if we can get this changed or just defined. Okay? Second question.
Second question, the structural engineers inspection of the buildings, what was that for?
Okay, so after the collapse of Surfside,
That's, no. So a question. Right behind you, Nels.
The parking lot, the striping, I did see that they were out here, that they're not completed, and you said they were not going to get paid until it was done. Where are we at with that?
Oh, no, they've been paid months ago.
Oh, they were?
Yeah, the only thing that they haven't done is no striping.
Thank you. I just want you to explain something to me. I'm president of the Condo Association in New Jersey. We borrow from our reserves, and then we put it back without a special assessment. The question is, can you just explain why we can't borrow from the reserves?
Okay, so the question was, he's the president of his association in New Jersey, and they just borrow from their reserves. So, in the state of Florida, the association, the board of directors cannot borrow from their reserves. It has to be approved by the ownership, by 256 people, okay? That's to borrow. It's been done in the past here. We've borrowed to buy the washers and dryers and then paid it back. We were not going to be borrowing from the reserves. We were simply transferring funds from one reserve to another, okay? That got shot down, so we're not doing it. So there are two ways that we can pay for things. We either add it to your monthly maintenance, or we do a special assessment. So already you heard the grumbling of no, so I'll give you an idea. If we special assess $175,000 a year for ponds, that alone right there makes your maintenance go up something like $23 a month, if not more, okay? So it has been overwhelmingly at more meetings, at my meetings, at workshop meetings, what would you rather see? Your maintenance goes up, that, let's face it, once it goes up, it never goes down, or do a special assessment to do whatever big project job we have. Once that job is done, the special assessments end. Overwhelmingly has been do a special assessment. What I've been telling people is, with everything coming down the pike, this has been said numerous times, our 50th anniversary was a double-edged sword. It was fantastic. We're 50 years old, let's celebrate. We're also 50 years old, okay? The ponds, the structural engineer report, these are all things that are not funded for in your normal monthly maintenance, okay? So what I've been telling people is, figure this. For the next few years, you're going to have 13 maintenance payments a year instead of 12, because basically that's what a special assessment is going to add up to be. We're going to make it as painless as possible. If it's a big one, we're going to try to break it down so it's not all due in the same month. It might be March and July, something like that. But the only way we get money to fix anything is from you guys. I can't make more widgets. They just nobody's buying them. So I hope that explained it. Yep. It did. Okay. Anyone else? Yes. Hang on, let him come over.
See, I got somebody to use this thing.
What's the update on the cable?
Okay, so the cable is also going to be discussed tomorrow. So we are working on full cable contract, including internet. Okay? The committee met last week. There's 5 of us that are on the committee. We have put together a set of questions for Comcast and a set of additional questions for Hotwire, where comparing prices and what they're offering, et cetera. It's just going to be a report tomorrow, basically, what I just said. We're putting this out, we're going to send it to the two representatives that are working on the contracts for us, these additional questions. We're going to have a meeting with them again. When we make a recommendation to the board, we will have them coming to a meeting. Way too much to try to do it all at one time. We will most likely have each one of them come to 3 meetings. We'll do like buildings 1 through 17, 18 through whatever, and then the last one through 51. You come to the clubhouse, and those representatives will be here to answer the questions. Okay?
Chris, is Hotwire fiber?
Hotwire is fiber optics. Okay. Correct. And it will be all brand new installed. We're also looking at another company, it's called Blue Stream. I did speak to them in June. They are not in our area at this time. If they're here within like 6 months, it still gives us enough time that we may be able to get them to give us a bid if they will be available in this area at the time. There's nobody else out there. Comcast used to have the, what do they call it, the monopoly. At least Hotwire is now available. We have someone else that can actually bid against them. Warren. Tommy.
Frank Swiderski, for all the work he does here, he's out working just about every day, helping the community, and I thank him very much.
We will be putting down the stones and the anchor bolts. Gotta maybe,
How long they are, that they're already got the dirt in the majority, so the rockets and anchor bolts will be the next. No, not for that. Not for putting the boxes together, because we're only going to do one.
I know one time we talked about this, and you said that there wasn't either someone available. Our steps need to get repaired, and they've been like that for years, as well as painting of the buildings. And I remember you mentioning if you need to have something fixed or painted of the building, is it a work order? Or you?
The major things that the structural engineer found is all. hallways. We've actually started painting the fronts, the faces of some of the buildings that are just so filthy that even after pressure cleaning, they don't come clean.
Yeah.
Like we painted building 31, we're in the middle of it still. Building 30, building 49. Some buildings that really get a lot of dirt and stuff like that we just can't clean them, where we paint them ongoing. That's something that the finance committee was looking at, that we most likely, unless we change the color of every single building, we'll never paint all the buildings at one time anymore. It'll be on an as-needed basis. We know what color your building is, it's being updated.
My concern is that the front of the step is starting to peel off, where like that metal thing that's underneath the
That is
cement.
exactly the things that they found, exactly, okay? So that is going to be addressed, we'll be talking about it more in
Okay.
detail tomorrow,
Okay.
all right?
Chris, I noticed in the front of our building on the second floor, all peeling, the paint is actually peeling. There's all white spots.
It probably needs to be pressure cleaned again and sealed and repainted. There are certain buildings that, you gotta remember already, we're in the 9th year of the paint job already. 9 years, yep, time flies. So, we'll be gearing up and doing more and more each year, because obviously more buildings. There's some buildings that are in the shade side that have mildew. So when we pressure clean them, they look great. They don't need to be painted. They have no sun fading them out and stuff like that. So, got Donna first and then you, Marilyn.
Does that mean we're gonna keep the same colors? that we
As of
have?
right now, yes. As of right now, the same, it's got that same color. I don't know how you would change that. You could go maybe with one of the 3 that we have, but not to change, like, we're not painting green, something like that. Marilyn?
Hi, I have a question. I don't know who the plumber is that goes into the laundry rooms, but since I have the first floor and Tracy has the second floor, I got all kinds of complaints. And Yahira had to go in and clean up the mess. They left a big orange bucket with all kinds of water and junk. Nobody could lift it. She finally dragged it out front, and the whole laundry tub was full of wet towels. Now it's nobody on our floor, it's a plumber, and he messed up the floor. So I don't know who you use.
I didn't hire anybody. Who is this plumber? Was he doing work for somebody in somebody's unit? Because I haven't had a plumber come to your building.
Well, there's holes in the wall, and the plumber was in there, and nobody told us about a plumber. And they left a big mess.
I'll check it.
Okay, and then the next thing, since you just brought up the painting, this is just a suggestion. Nobody's going to like me, but I don't like being called Taco Bell, and I don't know why we don't go back to one color on all the buildings. It'd be cheaper to touch up, and I would certainly like to be on the committee.
Somebody started saying, yeah, it'll be cheaper. No, it's not. The cost of paint is the cost of paint. Just because it's a different color, it's not any cheaper. A 5-gallon can of paint is still $230, no matter what. So being cheaper is not. Easier on us, you know it.
It would look so much better than Taco Bell.
It was changed 10 years ago, and back then, the consensus was the total opposite. Let's change it, let's go to colors. They took over 8 months deciding on these colors. They had an artist do a rendition of every single color building, and that's what it was decided. So unless
I had just moved in then, and you had the colors up front, but then we changed from one paint company to the next.
Nope, incorrect also.
We didn't go to Sherwin-Williams then?
Yeah, same color. We went to a different paint supplier, not a painting company. Same colors.
Well, can we have a new committee this time?
There is no paint committee. There is a paint reserve.
I would like to make a new committee.
Come to the meeting tomorrow, and that's fine. And just remember, if we paint all the buildings at one time, it's going to cost a lot more money. Okay? I got other people up here saying, no, workshop meeting and bring it up to the board. I don't make these decisions, thank God.
I guess we stay Taco Bell.
There's two people right behind you, Keith.
Hi,
There we go.
the side tables, we were sitting out here one day and a lady got cut because they're all broken and jagged on the edges. When they go to put their beach bags or whatever, she cut her arm.
So we need new tables.
Yep.
Just throw them out.
Or throw them out, who uses them, not very much.
Okay, we'll, anything that somebody might get hurt on, we'll definitely get rid of right away, and then we'll decide whether we're gonna.
Well, when I moved the one that...
Of course he did.
I moved it, Chris, but it's still jagged.
But
His
they're all-
corners are jagged.
Probably fell and chipped. Well, they've been here as long as I've been here, and they're made out of fiberglass, so they're ancient. Anyone else, anything? And then we're gonna let, hang on.
Ask the people because, okay. I've been over this with Chris before, and all I want to just say to everybody is, we live in a beautiful place, we really do. But a lot of people are not curbing their dogs, and they're leaving their dog do so that what happens is, I'm sorry. So what happens is they come at night and they don't have a flashlight. And when they don't have a flashlight, you already know that we're talking about dog poop. And so, I would just like everybody to watch out for, who's ever actually doing this. It's very prevalent where I am. I've talked to some people, they're just visiting. But as I said, we have a beautiful place, but we're starting to get a lot of dogs. Thank you.
Okay, so unless we go to a DNA system for checking dog poop, the only way I can know if it is if you see this person walking a dog and they don't pick up. Okay? A long time ago. We have to pay for the DNA. I don't know what you've heard, but we have to pay for it. It's not up to the people. There is a company right here in Florida that does it, and everyone would have to bring a sample of the dog's poo in, and then a volunteer, I'm not going to go do it, has to go pick up the dog poo when somebody leaves it. I don't want anyone here getting into it. Every single doctor, everyone, they know the loophole. Every doctor's note we get now, they quote the HUD law, okay? They have all become very sophisticated on how to get emotional support animals in here. There's nothing we can do about it right now. Who said ADA? Okay, we're not covered by ADA. The only buildings that are covered by ADA is this one and the yacht club. We are covered by HUD, okay? Housing and Development. That is for residential areas. ADA covers supermarkets, airplanes, public buildings, etc. Okay? That is how they're able to get emotional support animals. Because at ADA, we cannot turn down. If you are a seeing eye dog, there is no question about it. You're in here. Okay? They have more rights than you owners that bought specifically because it was a no-pet facility. You don't know how many people have said to me, I bought it because I love dogs, but I'm done with them. I don't want to see dogs, I don't want to hear yapping, I don't want poop on the ground, etc. We're stuck.
Is there criteria
regarding what animals are considered comfort animals.
Okay, so, I'm gonna jump to the ADA first. You guys with disabilities, there's only 2 animals. A chicken, a parrot, I have an alligator, you know, we have, yeah, okay. What's the next question?
You know, just to point out, we were working on this 10 years ago, and we were very strict on this thing, and we developed a book this thick about restricting animals and so forth like that. And we're doing the best we can. Well, the board's still, and hopefully is doing the best they can on these things. But yeah, like Chris says, our hands are tied. As Kim, I almost got thrown out of some of the meetings that I went to that are animal lovers, which I'm an animal lover, believe me. But right, Chris? I almost got thrown out of there because I expressed my opinions on certain things. However, there's a thing that we can do which nobody is doing. Like Chris said, you hear that dog barking, report it. We've gotten rid of a couple animals in my tenure in here that the dog constantly barked or whatever the case may be. But if you don't report it, nothing's going to happen. You see the dogs, people come up to me and say, oh, the dog's over there. I said, what are you telling me for? Tell Chris. Or tell the officer, and you build a case on him. The dog goes, bite. Okay, come on, that's a little different. But they're constantly, we can do something about it if everybody reports what they see. You're not being nasty about it, but that's the way it is. But nobody wants to report it. I know I report a couple of them who were riding a bike, the dog was chasing us. They're no longer here, right? That dog's gone, okay? You have to report it, that's all. And like I say, our hands are really tied unless we really push it.
Correct.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so the question is, how about people that have allergies? So, this is something that I actually came up with to the attorney because we do have this, okay? Being that we have shared laundry rooms, we have initiated another doctor's note that explains that, I'm going to just use you, Peg O'Keefe has major allergies to pet dander, cannot share a laundry room, okay? So far, we've only been tested on it one time, and they got around it by signing an affidavit and notarizing it saying that they will not do laundry in that laundry room, okay? Other than that, we have not really been tested on it. What happens if someone comes in, let's say Peg already has a note for the second floor of Building 47, they come in, oh, you have an animal? We don't accept their application. We're not turning you down. You can buy somewhere else, but we already have somebody with a medical exemption, okay, that you cannot purchase on that floor because they have a medical exemption with the shared laundry room. We haven't been tried on it yet, except for this one case. So, but if you have an allergy, your doctor will do it, get that in, because it just gives us that one more layer of protection. Okay, Millie's saying that's just as easy to get as anyone trying to get a pet exemption.
Everybody went out and get one.
It's just as easy. Pam first. Hang on, babe.
However, in a particular case, when there is an animal that had already lived there, and you got the letter in and the animal has moved, but you come back and now they're going to have renters with an animal that of a different breed or a different, let's say, the first one was a dog, the second one is coming in as a cat, that doesn't apply.
It does not apply. I'll try to explain it a little bit better. So, the B unit, they have a dog. They're not coming this year. They're going to rent their apartment. Even though someone else on that floor might have a medical exemption, the new person's coming in with a cat. Too bad. The person with a medical exemption, you're out of luck. You've already lived on that floor with a pet. Just because it's a different pet, you're stuck. Now, if that unit's sold, okay, and it's a brand new person, not the same owner, then we would tell them there is someone with a medical exemption, you can't buy them. Okay? But it's devil's advocate. Wait a minute. That person lived there for 40 years with an animal. Now it's just a different animal. It doesn't apply. We're still our hands.
Even though it's a different type.
Even though it's a different type, exactly.
HUD doesn't care.
HUD does not care, Victor.
No.
Diane, a different one, ADA. Okay. Is there anything being done or discussed about a lift for the pool?
Okay, that is on the agenda for tomorrow. The board of directors is going to be working on it. I will tell you that the board of the association does not, by law, have to install one.
Right, I know that.
They could give someone asking one permission to pay for it themselves. But again, it's totally up to the board of directors, and we will be discussing that tomorrow.
Okay, thanks.
So, come tomorrow. Yes. I'm sorry, I don't know you about that.
Sprinkling barbecues around the complex a little.
Yes, so that's also on the agenda.
Okay.
For the planning committee, that was turned over from the board to the planning committee to look into it. At this time, I believe that the planning committee is, the subcommittee, the planning committee is going to recommend, I believe, 4 spots? 3 spots? You know, somewhere within the property, where they would be, how it would be installed, etc. Then it'll be up to the board of directors to decide whether that's going to happen or not. I don't think that's going to be discussed tomorrow. I know it isn't, because the planning committee is not met. Is this a pro question or a con question? Pro or con?
Pro,
Okay.
yeah.
No, I just want to know if we're going to have to deal with you later.
Yeah, no.
Joe? Yeah, I have a question back on the animals.
I know every year that you got to have the papers for shots and everything like that. Do they have to renew their letter from the doctor every year?
Yes. Here's the thing. If the doctor actually puts a date, for instance, we have one that we just got. It's valid from December of 2021 to December of 2022. Those people would have to give us another letter from the doctor saying that they still suffer from the same anxiety or whatever it is. I will tell you this, 99.9% of them, right in there, this is never going away. This is a permanent condition, because they don't want to have to write the letter every year.
Yeah.
So they know what to write now, believe me.
Thank you.
It's pitiful. No one else? Anything? Tom?
There's a planning committee meeting Wednesday at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
This Wednesday at 2 o'clock.
This Wednesday, 2 o'clock, well, I'm talking about the barbecue grill. Perfect. All right, anyone else? Hang on. Go ahead, Pam.
One last thing, just a
Yes.
reminder that to support Bocce, there's a breakfast on the water January 23rd, and the tickets are going on sale this Wednesday and Thursday. Watch 63 for more details.
Okay, bocce breakfast. And when is Italian night?
Sunday, January 30th.
Okay, who's saying that? How about Camille answer that? What is it?
Sunday, January 30th.
Do I need to buy tickets or am I a guest?
You're a guest.
All right, I'm bringing baptismal wine and I'm bringing some limoncello. There won't be enough of everything. Please.
Tickets are on sale for the pasta dinner
hold it like this, right to your mouth.
Okay, I'm sure everybody's so itchy to get out of this meeting now. I know I am. My head is spinning, but it's been a great meeting. Chris, thank you so much. My meeting is about trying to help the community. The community needs your help, not just anybody's help, but your help. I'm trying to get people to just do a little bit of knitting to help the hospitals, the new babies that come in. They have little caps and knitted caps, and they have a little blanket that they give to each member that has a baby. Not only that, but they knit shawls for the aged, for the nursing homes, and the veterans, and the homeless. We try to help everybody quarterly. All I'm asking is if there are knitters here, this paper, fill it out, and I'll see that you get material, or if you have material, that's good too. So I meet on February, we only meet quarterly. These people that knit, they don't have to come to meetings or anything, they just knit and call me when they have the knitted materials. I pick them up, I deliver them, I see that they get to their places. So help me out and help the community. It's a community mission that we're trying to help others, the needs that people have. Thank you very much.
Hang on, we got a question in the back.
Also, you could add crocheters to that list.
Crochet, so you knit or crochet?
Knitting, we'll do crocheting too. We crochet bags that form into 3 feet by 6 feet for the needed, for the veterans as well as for the helpless. But I accept crocheting. Just put your name down and say you're a crocheter. Any other questions? Anyone that wants to sign up? Is there anyone here?
Well, leave it up here and let them do it after the meeting.
Okay, thank you very much.
So before we adjourn, anything else?
Thank you.